Ms. Indra Lyn Owens is a millennial change agent, native of Atlantic City, curator of the Trust Your Journey project, daughter of Marlena C. Abdullah and Vernon Winborn, and proud mother of Journey Bia Owens. Indra's Trust Your Journey project was highlighted by the Press of Atlantic City during the thick of COVID-19 pandemic and has since received positive reviews from educators, parents, and community members, lauding the book as a guide that garners positive results. The Trust Your Journey Project, LLC, is a framework based on 4 pillars: engage, educate, empower, and equip. During her work on this project, Indra earned a certificate of completion from Harvard University online of the Into the Family Engagement course, which furthers her credibility and commitment to her work in counseling, mental health support, and community engagement. Indra has created a lifestyle of service as a certified school counselor, founder of Princess Inc., a nonprofit organization committing to mentoring innovative community service initiatives and being a resource connector for the underserved in the Atlantic City community. The Trust Your Journey Facebook page is a platform on social media that focuses on redefining mental health support in urban communities and offering mental health support, awareness, and insight in a non-traditional safe space for people of color, where hundreds of people tune in virtually all the time. I tune in myself. Indra received a master's degree in education and school counseling from the University of West Alabama and her bachelor's degree in communications from Temple University. She also earned 12 credits from Howard University during her brief doctoral studies in education, leadership, and policy. She is a member of the American School Counselors Association, the New Jersey School Counselor Association, and CASCA, the Cape Atlantic School Counselors Association, and the National Alliance of Black School Educators. She is also a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Inc. Indra has been the recipient of numerous awards, which include, but are not limited to, CASCA 2019, Counselor of Atlantic County, ASCA 2020, New Jersey School Counselor of the Year, 2020 Life Changer of the Year nominee, 2021 Dr. Hector Rios Community Change Agent Award from Rowan University, Chi Sigma Iota, Zeta Phi Chapter, the Counseling Academic and Professional Honor Society International, Atlantic County's Top 40 Under 40 in 2013, the Black Image Award for Community Service and Engagement, and honored by 100 Women Plus Inc. of Atlantic County. Unbeknownst to some, Indra is a self-published author. She published If Only She'd Listen, The Afterthoughts of a Mentor in 2018, which is available on Amazon and Kindle, and Trust Your Journey, released in 2020. By the way, Trust Your Journey, because this is so important, this is so powerful, and we really loved everything that Indra is doing. Our students, I want to make sure everyone knows here, our students picked Trust Your Journey as the theme for our summer program. So, yes, round of applause, please. She also co-authored Pearls of Wisdom with best friend and business partner, Autumn Bennett. As a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Inc., Indra understands the mantra, service to all and mankind, and has made that exact mantra the fabric of her lifestyle, actively being the change she desires to see in her community and beyond. One of Indra's favorite quotes is, "Even in the word impossible, there is I'm possible." So please help me welcome to the stage Ms. Indra Lyn Owens.
I am so excited. Oh, please, and just like clockwork, like now the lapel mic works. Thank you. Good morning. Okay, so I know that you might say, I don't know if you've ever been to a youth empowerment conference before and the keynote speaker like had on sweatshorts and like a Louis Vuitton book bag, but because we're talking about empowerment, this is like my cape today, okay? It's like all my superpower capabilities in my book bag. And so don't think that I'm being like well, I am kind of like a creep, but not really. But I'm here today to empower you. I need everybody to get up. Everybody get up. Please, the breakfast wasn't that heavy. All right. So for today's Youth Empowerment Conference, I want you to really be able to resonate the mantra or the concept of trust your journey. I want to let you know, however you felt when you walked in, however you've been feeling this week, if it's not the best absolute version of yourself, my job or my goal, my promise to you is by the time we spend today together, we're all going to feel as amazing as Beyonce. That's how I feel right now, okay? But that's how I feel every single day, because it's important for us as we continue to trust our journeys. We got to be responsible for our own resilience. Everybody know what the word resilience means? Anybody knows what the word, does anybody know what the word resilience means? It's like a bounce back, right? So it's almost kind of like, is your tank half empty or half full? How many people want to say half full? Yeah. So we're going to start looking at our tanks as being always half full versus half empty. All right? And so even with today's empowerment conference, as we continue to trust our journeys together, I want you to, and you're going to say, what? But it's all going to make sense by the end of the day, because we're going to actually do some activities, some team building, and we're going to also really think about who we are, right? Who are you? Because that's a part of empowerment. And a lot of times we don't know how we're showing up, right? Because we haven't really fully identified who we are. But we're going to do that today in a really fun way. And so I know y'all like, well, what's going to happen next? Why does she have us standing up? Well, first I have you standing up. I said I was going to have everybody get into like extended mountain pose. I'm not the yoga person today, though. Okay? But I wanted you to stand up so we can get this adrenaline flowing. But I'm going to have everybody go back out. I know. It's like the gravy train. I'm going to have everybody go back out. And I'm going to ask you, without any other prompting or probing, that means I'm not going to manipulate or force you to pick one. Off the rip, that means right off the top of your head, I'm going to ask you, do you think you are a lion? Do you think you are an otter? Do you think you are a golden retriever? Okay? I know everybody's like, huh? Listen, stick with me. And I'm going to put, so say for instance, if Jemiah, I'm going to ask Jemiah, does she think she shows up as a lion, an otter, or a golden retriever? I'm going to put an L on her hand. I think I'm a lion. I'm going to put an L, okay? Melody might say, well, I think I might be showing up as a golden retriever. I'm going to put a G on her hand, okay? Everybody kind of understand it? It's all going to make sense in a second. Okay, so now as we are back together as a community, okay, how did that feel? Thumbs up, how did that feel? Okay, so now again, as we start to, I'll wait. Because the best part about conferencing is networking, that that energy that we're all feeling right now, right? We're all anticipating, what does it mean? Am I an otter? Am I a lion? Am I a golden retriever? Am I a beaver? So I want to, by a show of hands, all my lions, raise your hand. I want you to pay attention to the numbers. All my otters, raise your hand. All my beavers, raise your hand. All my golden retrievers, raise your hand. Now listen. Now I heard some people laugh, right? We're looking around, but I'm going to show you by the end of the day that a lot of times as we think about who we think we are and how we think we show up may not necessarily be who we are at all. So we're actually going to do, again, as a source of empowerment, we're actually going to do some really fun personality research today. Because if any of the adults in the room can agree with me, a lot of times you might think you're showing up as a lion in the world when you're really an otter, right? Or you might think that you are a beaver showing up in the world, right? But you're really a golden retriever. And no one is better than the other. And that's what this is about today. That's what this whole Trust Your Journey experience is about today. So let's see. Okay, so who are you? Well, that's what we think we are right now until, the data and the activities really reveal who we are based on how you're going to answer some questions and some surveys. All right, so for today's topic, I'll wait. I asked everybody today to bring their biggest energy. That's what I like, because that's what I feed off of. And actually, a part of this whole human connection thing, that's what we're going to need today to thrive, right? Because I know I felt empowered as soon as I rolled onto the campus. So I'm hoping that you brought that same big energy on the bus today. I'm hoping that even when you controlled the theme of the youth conference today by even picking the whole Trust Your Journey experience. So clap for yourself. And then the other really dope part about that is this is so student-centered that they gave you the shirts yesterday, they gave you the books yesterday. We're twinning. We're dressed alike. How cool is that, right? Clap for me. Come on, clap for it, Genesis. So for today's topic, who are you? We're going to be identifying our strengths as we trust our journeys together. Just like Mr. Tyree said, I already understand that we spend a lot of time on our cell phones, right? So a part of this youth empowerment conference today, you don't have to worry about me excluding the use of cell phones. What I'm going to challenge you to do is not allow it to be a distraction. So what's going to happen is, as you're using your cell phones today, as a part of today's empowerment conference, you're going to use certain hashtags, or you're going to tag the program. Because the real deal is, we have a room here of almost 100 students, and you could be anywhere right now, but you're here. That's dope. Clap for that. So for as many students who are in this youth empowerment conference right now at this moment, how many more kids do we know right now still in the bed? Come on, say it. Say it. More than half? Yeah, probably more than half of this room right now, they still in the bed. How you still in the bed? We done already got up, we ain't got dressed. Y'all done got on the bus to get here. We've had breakfast. Listen, some of y'all have had coffee. They had a coffee station for you this morning. How awesome is that? And so you've already started the momentum of trusting your journey. That's exciting in itself, all right? And so the focus is, I'm going to be giving students, educators in the room, parents, because this is going to be shared on Instagram. We're going to break the internet today. That's why we're asking you to tag and share and hashtag all day today as you use your cell phones and you take your selfies, all that kind of stuff, right? And we're going to give simple strategies to engage, educate, empower, and equip in light of COVID, because COVID is still very real climate, right? And today's virtually charged climate and beyond. So that means if you felt tired, if you felt alone, if you felt defeated during COVID, right? You didn't really know how to navigate, but we all kind of got through it as we trusted our journeys during that uncertain time. I'm going to give you some strategies now to use for yourself personally, at home with your family, and beyond. All right, let's just get started. Okay, so let's trend. These are today's hashtags. So right now, like I said, I'm not excluding cell phones. Take your cell phones out. Thank you, Genesis. Take a picture. Because these are the hashtags. Listen, this little lamb was doing like this. I couldn't get it to be animated. I don't know why. But she's dancing. These are the hashtags. Trust your journey. Serve kids, not egos. Gear up works. We are goals. Goals fam. Gear up Stockton you. So all day long, we're going to trend. We're going to break the internet. These are the hashtags. Got it. Okay. So why is it important to know who you are? Anybody want to say something? Why do you think it's important to know who you are? Stand up. Okay, so you can know what to do in the future. Stand up.
Because if you don't know who you are, how is someone else supposed to know who you are?
Listen. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's a nugget. Because if you don't know who you are, how can you expect someone else to know who you are, right? That's really good. And a lot of times, if you don't know who you are, then we allow others to define us, right? And you don't want anyone else to define you or validate you. So it's important that you know who you are. That's a part of empowerment. And so self-knowledge makes you independent of the opinions of others. Period, right? Yeah, you said it. And so we don't want others to make opinions about us that we then believe, okay? So almost kind of like this. A lot of times people might say, please, that's me, yo. Because sometimes people may say to me, oh, Indra, you're crazy. You're crazy. But I'd much rather be defined as energetic. I'd much rather be defined as inspiring. I'd much rather be defined as motivating. See what I'm saying? So now if you think about it really quickly, a lot of times people are saying certain things about you that aren't really who you are, but we prescribe to it. That means a lot of times somebody might say, oh, you have an attitude, right? Can we go there? So a lot of times if somebody says, oh, you have an attitude, you prescribe to that, then you start walking around with a what? Attitude. With an attitude, right? It builds confidence when we know who we are. It combats peer pressure when you know who you are. It empowers you and allows you to use your no when you know who you are, right? It decreases unnecessary negative attention-seeking behavior when you know who you are, okay? It keeps you focused when you know who you are. It helps you with decision-making when you know who you are. Everybody close your eyes. I mean, I'm not going to throw eggs at you. Just close your eyes, right? Because what I want you to do right now, and I only have about a few minutes left, but that's okay because we're spending all day together. This is just the keynote. I want you to think about one thing that makes you amazing. Close your eyes. Because, see, this is the thing, too. A lot of times, because our world is so busy, you don't have the opportunity to be still and to really think about who you are. Because you're influenced by social media, you're influenced by the music you listen to, you're influenced by a lot of the adverse experience in your home or in your community, so you don't always have the opportunity to be still to think about who you are. So now in this moment, because you're quiet, you're making space for yourself, your eyes are closed, I want you again to think about what makes you different. What makes you amazing? Everyone has a strength, and you deserve to brag different. Now, can a fish climb? What do fish do? Okay, so if I'm a fish and I can't climb, do you think a fish feels bad about itself because it can't climb? No. So what should the fish actually focus more on? Please, swimming, right? Swimming. Keep swimming. I need to go to the next slide. I need to go to the next slide. And so the great part about knowing your strengths and knowing who you are, identifying how you show up in the world, again, I didn't make this stuff up. It validates you. Because a lot of times as teens and preteens, thank you right here. A lot of times as teens and preteens, y'all do a lot of what? You know better. What do we do? Complain? Thank you. What do you complain about? Ah! Okay, you said it, not me. And a lot of times teens, you complain and you complain about a lot of things. I know something else that y'all do that starts with a C. C, it starts with a C. So sometimes teens complain, and a lot of times y'all compare, right? You do a lot of comparing. Don't compare yourself. If I can give you one thing to leave with today, don't compare yourself to another person after today. Because comparison is a thief. You don't have to compare yourself to me. I don't have to compare myself to you. Because again, if you're a lion, awesome. Be the best lion. If you're an otter, be the best otter. If you're a golden retriever, be the best golden retriever. If you're a beaver, be the best beaver, right? Okay, so now if we're talking about identifying strengths, and I'm almost done, does anybody recognize any of these folks? Call it out. Who are they? Okay, so listen, we don't have to guess who Rihanna is. Who is Rihanna? What is she good at? What's some of her strengths? Okay, right? See how that was easily, we could do that easily? Do we know him at the bottom? Who is it? Jay Versace, right? Listen, he was my student at Pleasantville High School. Jay Versace right now is who? A comedian, right? Viral. When I say to you, anything is impossible when you know who you are, when you trust your own journey, when you don't compare yourself to others, okay? Jay Versace was one of my students at Pleasantville High School. Do we know who these basketball players are? Okay? See how we can speak right to their strengths and how they're showing up in the world? Who are the Ball brothers? Basketball players, right? Is it a coincidence that all three of them are in the NBA? Right? That took determination. That took them identifying their strengths. That took them knowing that they were lions or otters or beavers or golden retrievers and staying in their own, and they stayed in their own lane. Good job. Okay, and when you identify your strengths, when you know who you are and how you show up in this world, it brings happiness. By a show of hands, how many people want to be happy? Not fake happy, real happy. Yeah, please, I like you. Okay, and again, less inner conflict. A lot of times y'all are battling in the inside about who am I, how do I fit in, do I make friends, all that kind of stuff. When you know who you are and you identify how you show up in this world, you have less inner conflict, okay? Again, better decision making, more self-control, resistance to social peer pressure. We're going to talk about that today for real. Tolerance and understanding of others, vitality and pleasure, all that is joy. And joy is our birthright. I don't want y'all to struggle with who y'all are and trying to fit in. I actually want you to do the opposite and stand out. I want you to know who you are so bad, real bad, period, that you don't care about what other people think about you, right? Okay, so then as I close, this is what I want you to do. I don't know if anybody in here ever swag surfed, but I have been commissioned today to create an energy so big that you experience such a glorious day of workshops and team building and other activities that we're going to swag surf before we leave together, okay? Because I want you to go into these other workshops with such big energy that they say, oh, wow, this whole concept is like really real. We got like 100 kids in this building. We all dressed alike and they're trusting their journeys, all right? So Bob, I might need some support with this. I need everybody to stand up. Take your cell phones out. I need this loud, Bob. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay. Oh, listen. I can do a step by step. I've been commissioned to create a big energy. It's 100 of us in the room. You're going to some other workshops. We're all trusting our journeys, and we're going to swag surf and break the internet. They was ready. Y'all did good. Clap for yourselves.